He's sacked. Adam Carriker, one of the great defensive ends for Nebraska.
Welcome everybody to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. And you're probably noticing that things around me look a little bit different than they normally do. And that's because the Carriker family is on the move this week. And wherever the Carriker family goes, the Carriker Chronicles follow. So let's get to the main event though, because we got a very special guest on our show today. This guy has earned multiple All-Big Ten honors. His name is in several places in the Husker record books receiving-wise. Mr. Jordan Westerkamp, how you doing?
Good, Adam. Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. So the past few months, I'm sure, have been interesting for you. You've been battling an injury, trying to get healthy. But what has it been like getting ready, doing the interviews at the East-West Shrine game, not being able to participate in the pro day, but going there, talking to the scouts? What has been getting ready to earn a spot on an NFL team been like for you the past few months?
Yeah, it's been a kind of a unique path for me. Obviously, not an ideal situation being injured, going through that entire process, but it was still amazing to be able to go to the Shrine game and participate in those interviews with those teams and still be there and support the guys at that All-Star game. That was awesome. It was an honor to get an invite to it. I really appreciate that and being able to go there. And obviously, again, with the pro day, I wasn't able to participate in that either, but I still went and I was there and I supported my teammates at that, and they all did fantastic. And it's just it's been a crazy kind of past couple of months, but it's been great, and I've been really enjoying it as much as I can.
Now, what was this last weekend like for you? Because the draft, there's so much uncertainty for guys. I even talked about it in my pre-draft video. You have no idea what's going to happen. Now, obviously, you had to try it with the Bucks. You're going to be going to their rookie mini camp, so that went well for you. But what was it like? Just all this uncertainty. You know, were you anxious? Were you nervous? Were you just excited to see what was going to happen, whatever it may be?
Yeah, kind of. All those emotions just sort of mixed. Like you said, there's so much uncertainty, within that draft weekend. Papers and outlets, whatever, will come out with their projections or what they think will happen, and then come draft day, it's always totally different. So it was definitely great though, just to be able to watch the draft and see guys that I've played with or guys that I played with in high school, being picked up by teams. That was pretty cool.
What was the tryout with the Bucks like for you? I'm always curious, did they have you run a 40? Did they have you catch a bunch of balls? Was it a mix of all that stuff? What did they have you do, and how'd that go for you? Yeah,
that's actually this weekend. It's coming up this weekend for me. So,
okay.
And it's literally just the rookie mini camp. It's just the only thing that's different for me is just not being a free agent. I just don't get the guaranteed money with signing that contract, but I still get to go to the camp this weekend and I get to ball out and enjoy it and go through the entire rookie mini camp. And the biggest thing for me was my injury, and teams were kind of scared away because of that injury. So a lot of these teams, I got a bunch of camp invites, a bunch of rookie mini camp invites. I just want to see me in person. I'm fortunate to get this one with the Bucks, and to go down there. For my situation, the Bucks were the best team for me, and get to go down there, show them I'm healthy, hopefully come out of it with a contract.
Now, I remember when Will Compton, he came to the rookie mini camp with the Redskins, and I shared this story in the past, man, but, he was there the following season. He earned a contract. He was a captain for the Redskins last year, so all you need is an open door, man. I got all the faith in the world for you, so I'm excited to see how this turns out for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
How are you feeling now? Are you feeling pretty healthy? You're 80%, 90%. How are you feeling?
So I'm right at 100%. I feel great. I've been working out like crazy back home here in Chicago for the past 3 weeks. Getting myself in shape for camps. And I'm just really looking forward to the opportunity this weekend to show the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that I am healthy. I'm 100%, and I'm a baller. I can go out there and I can play in the NFL. So I'm really excited for this week.
I like that. Hey, if you do some one-handed catches, catch some Hail Mary passes, that could help your chances a little bit. You know what I mean? You got some experience at that.
Yeah, a little experience.
And talk about those plays for us. I mean, because I was, you're from Illinois. Northwestern's a school from Illinois. The Hail Mary, talk about what that was like, catching that pass, won the game at the end of the game. Talk about what that play was like for you.
It was an unbelievable moment for me, a very unforgettable moment. It was, crazy that it happened against, hometown team for me against Northwestern. I know Coach Fitzgerald real well. He recruited me pretty hard out of high school. And a couple of my teammates from high school went to Northwestern. I just knew a bunch of guys on the team, so it's just a crazy scenario that, the Hail Mary did happen against, a hometown team like Northwestern. But it happened to be my first career touchdown, too, in Nebraska. So it was just a super, super special moment for me, and I'll never forget that.
Now, the one-handed behind the back catch. Talk to us about, are you like Odell Beckham Jr. and he just practices these things in practice and pregame, or did that just kind of happen? How'd that come about for you?
Yeah, I get asked that question, how'd you do that or whatever. Being a wide receiver, you're expected to catch every pass, and obviously, that was a unique one behind the back. But I credit it to just growing up. My dad always making me do ball drills. Even when I'm 7, 8 years old, just out in the summer every day, catching passes, doing whatever, and just doing crazy drills. When that play happened, people freaked out, but to me, it was just such a natural thing. I saw the ball tip behind me, and just kind of put my hands back there, and I felt it, and I caught it. So it looks pretty crazy, but to me, it was just more natural to catch.
Ball skills right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you had to pick one play as a highlight from your career, for you personally, what would that play be?
One of those plays, I would say that the Northwestern one, just because the situation too, time expiring to win the game. That play was just super special to me, and like I said before, I'll never forget it.
All right, so let's talk a little bit of current Huskers. So Tanner Lee named the starting quarterback a couple of weeks ago. Talk to Husker fans, Husker Nation, about some of the things they can expect from Tanner Lee as they get their first glimpse of him come this fall when the bullets are real.
Yeah, Tanner Lee, he's a fantastic quarterback. I had the honor to, I didn't necessarily play with him, but I kind of watched him when he transferred last year, going through scout team, and he is extremely accurate. And we saw him in the spring game, and he's been having great practices at Nebraska. He can throw the ball. He's really, really smart. Got a really good pocket presence. He'll be a Husker great, and I'm really looking forward to watching him these next couple seasons.
Now, there's 3 Huskers, 3 quarterbacks on the roster. There's 4, including Andrew Bunch as well. I don't want to leave him out. But talk to us about Patrick O'Brien, Tristan. Well, I don't know if you were there with Tristan Jebbia at all, but Patrick O'Brien, Tanner Lee, kind of the difference between the two, some of the different skill sets those 2 guys bring that differentiate themselves from each other.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with Tristan. I've seen him practice a couple times, but he's just getting there this year, and I'm heading out the door, so I didn't really get to play or practice with him. But I've seen him throw. He's got a real strong arm, and he's got a bright future as well. And the same with Patrick. Patrick's, they're all very similar. Patrick, Tristan, and Tanner. They're all pocket passers. They're all pretty big guys. Can throw the ball pretty smart. So they'll all have great careers at Nebraska.
So talk to us about this upcoming offense this season, Tanner Lee. A quarterback, we're still figuring out who's going to be the starter. A running back, we know who our top 2 wide receivers are going to be in Stanley Morgan and DeMornay Pearson. Now, what should excite Husker fans about the offense this upcoming season?
It's going to be Coach Riley's 3rd year here with the program. So obviously with as the years go on, the idea of them being new, it's old now, and there's just more experience with these guys, and it's going to be very unique to just see how Tanner runs this offense as a starting quarterback. And obviously Stanley and DeMornay are fantastic playmakers, and they continue to grow and get better every single day. Lost a lot of older guys, like in the receiver position, especially with me, Alonzo, and Brandon. So it'll be cool to kind of see how things go for the wideouts, and I'm sure they'll be just fine. Coach Williams, one of the best in the entire nation, coaching the position, and DeMornay and Stanley, and they're going to ball out. So I'm really looking forward to just watching this offense and watching them form their identity.
Now, can you give us a player that maybe fans aren't as aware of, that is kind of a hidden diamond in the rough, or a gem in the making, if you will, that the Husker fans should keep their eyes on going forward?
Yeah, I would say Brian Reimers. He's a guy. He had a big touchdown last year against Oregon. He's just a guy who comes in and works his tail off every single day, and he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's a big kid. He gets after it, and he can catch the ball extremely well. So I'd say keep an eye out for that guy, because he can arrive to the top pretty quick.
All right, so you don't have to give me a record prediction or anything like that, but just kind of in general, what are your expectations for the Huskers next year and moving forward for the next year or 2 even?
Yeah, I expect them to continue to get better, and looking forward to the 10 win plus season.
I like it. Now, you were a little bit banged up, at the end of your senior year, but you were a guy who was pretty healthy most of your career. So talk to me about the strength and conditioning staff. Boyd Epley is back, Mark Phillip, the head coach. Talk to me about some of the things that they do and some of the things they do different from the previous regime, maybe that just kind of differentiate them.
Yeah. Mark Phillip and their staff, they're fantastic. They're one of the best strength staffs in the entire nation. I loved working with them. Unfortunately, I had some injuries toward the end of my career there, but overall, I was extremely healthy, and I credit it to those guys and the old staff, to Coach Dobson. I would just say the main difference between the two is, Coach Dobson's more old school, Mark Phillips more new school, but they're both fantastic in their own way. And I really enjoyed working with both of them, and I learned a lot from both those guys. And I credit my success in my career to those guys because they kept me healthy, kept me going, got me stronger.
Now, when you say old school versus new school, what were kind of the cornerstones of the previous strength staffs, the things they kind of built their program on, and the things that Mark Phillip kind of builds his program on, his cornerstones of his strength and conditioning staff or program?
Yeah, Nebraska is, they're so high tech now with how they go about doing things, and they're always exploring new ways of how to train better, train stronger, train faster, train more efficient. And Coach Phillip and the whole program, they invest a lot of money into that, and into like the NAPL lab, and they do a lot of research. So there's a lot of new lifts and new movements, so to speak, that are more efficient that Coach Phillip and their staff kind of have incorporated. Kind of what I experienced my last couple of years with them, opposed to Coach Dobson, who really kept it old school. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get stronger, faster, quicker. This is our way, and you either like it or you don't. But like I said, I really enjoyed working with both of them, and they're both fantastic strength coaches. Coach Dobson's doing great things over at Vanderbilt, and missing those guys. But like I said before, both strength coaches and staffs were fantastic.
So Mark Phillip's a little bit more technologically based, a little bit more adaptive and things of that nature. Okay, very cool.
Right.
Now, coming out of high school, you were a 4-star recruit. You were the 37th ranked wide receiver in the country. You ranked the 6th best player in the state of Illinois. You had 18 total offers from your home state of Illinois, from Notre Dame, things of that nature. What made you choose Nebraska?
Yeah, when it came down to it, came down to Nebraska, Notre Dame. Growing up in Chicago, I went to a Catholic high school, Catholic grade school. Notre Dame was kind of the it school. Growing up around Chicago, and I got an offer from Notre Dame my senior year after I'd committed to Nebraska. So I took an official visit there to Notre Dame, but when I went and did that, there just wasn't any place like Nebraska. And I visited Nebraska I think it was my junior year when I committed to them right after I visited. There's just no place like Nebraska, and I absolutely loved it from the facilities to the academics to the history of the program to the coaching staff at the time. It was just a total package, and I absolutely loved Nebraska, and it felt like home for me. So when I went to Notre Dame, it just didn't have the same feel, and that's pretty much why I picked Nebraska.
All right, I love that answer. And there is no place like Nebraska. Now, what sticks out most to you? What are your favorite memories about your time at Nebraska?
Just the experiences, the games, and the guys, the locker room, the coaches, just everything. It's college is such a great experience, and I can't believe that it's already over for me. 5 years gone by just like that. But I'll never forget those times with my teammates and playing in those tough games. Games like Michigan State in 2015 where they were ranked fourth and came back and beat them at home, or Oregon this year. There were so many games that were like that I'll never forget, and playing with so many great players, and just being able to learn from so many great coaches and watch players who were older than me. I'll just never forget the whole experience.
All right, one last question for you. Is there anything you'd like to say to Husker fans? I know you're one of the most popular players in recent Husker memory. Anything you'd like to say to Husker fans? The floor is yours.
No, yeah, absolutely. To all the Husker fans listening, I really appreciate all the support that you've given myself and my teammates and this whole program for X amount of years. It's been an unbelievable experience for me, one that I'll never forget. Seeing all these recruits in high school trying to decide where they are, I hope Nebraska's on their radar, because there is, like I said before, no place like Nebraska. The fans are a huge part of that. Husker Nation, the best fan base in the entire nation. So I just want to say thank you for all your support, and I really, really appreciate it. That's
good stuff right there. Hey, man, I want to thank you for joining me. You got my number. If you ever need anything, just hit me up anytime.
Thank you, Adam. I really appreciate it.
All right, Husker Nation. So be sure to tune in 2 days from now on Fast Friday. Who knows where the Carriker family and Chronicles will be. So until then, go Big Red, and always remember,